last night, again, doing my usual strolling through poker, watching some of my favorite creators, but also just looking to see what's new. Now you guys know how I feel about this channel. I explained everything, how I was trying to get into her videos years ago when it was just her and it was called Slot Lady. Can I say years ago? Was it that long? I don't know. But I told you how I didn't, like, I watched a few of them and I just didn't like the way she responded to some of her followers and supporters, and a few other things. But it wasn't great enough to just completely turn me off, because sometimes I know it was, just stupid questions or stupid comments, but then sometimes it just didn't deserve a response that she gave. Later on, like I said, it became all casino action, and she added some guy. I don't know if I can call him a guy. Whatever. She adds a person to her channel, and she calls it all casino action. And you guys know how I feel about that. All he does is complain, cry. And it's about the most... It's stupid. It's stupid. And I'm going to go over some of the things. I should have written it down so I can make sure I hit every point. But I was not going to do this video because I just decided to click on it. And I didn't even really click on it. I watched the video and then it jumped into this video. And then about time I realized, because I was doing something, I was multitasking. So my focus was mainly on something else. But then I was still sort of listening to this, and all I heard was whining. I was like, what am I watching? So then I looked, and I realized what I was watching. And so I just let it play. I let it play, then I actually started watching it towards the end. So I just want to make this clear. Again, this particular video is only for those that want to play Ultimate Texas Holdem, that plays it, and that really wants to know what not to do. This is what not to do. I've made plenty of videos about Ultimate Texas Holdem. I wouldn't say plenty of videos. I'm sorry. I made a few videos about it, giving some tips and hints. And I really want people to watch this one and just try to recognize the pattern, because there is a pattern. There's quite a few things he said that I just did not agree with at all. And I would say I would go down the list, but I didn't do a list, which I should have. But one of the main things that stuck with me is this guy really said he knows the casino wants him to win. It's not the casino. And he just blames it. I guess he just says it's his luck, it's luck. I'm going to tell you guys, people get bad beats like this. People do. So it's not just you, but I am going to blame you because you don't do what you should do. You think you know it all. You talk about like you know it all, but you really honestly don't. You need to understand it's a lot different, and I stated this in one of my previous videos. When you're playing and you're playing private, it's a lot different. It's a lot harder. And the reason it's a lot harder is you don't have other people taking some of these bad hands from in front of you or behind you. It's just you. So you have to learn how to open up a hand and utilize that. If you have to open up a second hand and you see that the second hand is winning a lot more, you need to leave that hand open. Yes, you're not going to win every second hand, but you need to leave it open. Just because you win one, don't go and close it. Or just because you lose one, don't go and close it. You have to leave it open. And you have to bet bigger. You don't bet the same as you would bet on your first hand. You don't. It's stupid. Unless both hands are doing good, and that's rare. Now, if it's your first hand that's winning, or your first hand that's doing good, but then you feel, that if you open up a second hand, you're still going to lose that second hand, but it's going to help you with the first hand. Do that, because sometimes you have to. And then if you have to make that first hand amount bigger, then play bigger and play the minimum on the second hand. He doesn't do this. He recognizes people are telling him to open up a second hand, but his excuse is, oh, if I open up a second hand, I'm not gonna win. It's my luck. It's my luck. That's because you want to wait. You want to wait to open up the second hand, and then you want to say, oh, if I get this many likes, I'm gonna open up a second hand. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. Fuck your likes. It's your money. Play your money, man. It's the right thing to open up a second hand. Open it. I tell you guys, some casinos I don't have the pool to play private. A few properties I do, but then also a few properties I have the option to be able to do hand and not machine. And I take advantage of hand. I don't always use it, but a lot of times I do, because these machines, he made some other statements, but he has to realize these machines the odds are built into the machine. These companies, before I even made the most recent video where I referenced a Mark Roberts video just recently within like the last 2 weeks, I was talking about design anyways. I've been talking about design. People think machines, oh, we're going to say they're random and then they're going to be random. No, they're not random. It's built into there. And what I say is watch this video and watch the patterns. A lot of times when this guy got an ace, he really never hit his ace. But then every time the house got an ace, they hit their ace. The house recognizes people play by the book, and more people are starting to play by the book. So they take advantage of that. If you see every time you 4X an ace and you're not hitting anything and it's not doing anything for you, then don't do it. Wait. I don't always 4X. I play by the book, but not all the time. I deviate. Remember, the house wins even when it loses. And what I mean by that is you can have, the board can play high. You can have a 8, you can have a 9-6, and they can have a 2-3 or 4-5 and not hit the board, but then you fold. So they win regardless. So sometimes you do have to play, though. Sometimes, I'm not even lying, just a few weeks, no, not a few weeks ago, no, more like a week ago, I played, and I called down with a 9-5, and I played my 9-5. And guess what the house had? Just by luck. It doesn't always happen. It does not always happen, but it happens a lot, but not all the time. But the house had a 4-7. I won the hand. So you got to remember all of these things when you're playing this game. And when you're playing machine, it plays a lot different than when you're playing hand shuffle. That's why maybe years ago I actually said this, or I made the video and just didn't post it. But these machines, again, take advantage of this hand play. And when I started playing, I used to play by myself, and I would shuffle the cards and I would deal in, a full table, or I'll deal in just myself, and I would play like that. And I noticed that the game played a lot different, totally different. Maybe like a year after me doing this, maybe a year and a half, they actually introduced hand shuffle, for me to be able to use that option of hand shuffle. And I've been taking full advantage of it, and it saved me so much. It saves me so much because, again, we got to remember, these machines are programmed, built by humans. Humans are error, but also these casinos have the option to raise and change the odds. Because when I first started playing this game, I tell you no lie, it's even in one of my videos, I hit my first week. Well, my first week was actually playing 3 card, and I hit I think it was like 13, 15 straight flushes. And I was eating it up. I was doing so great. And that was when it was first introduced into the casino, or the casino that I played at. Eventually, it became harder and harder and harder because, again, they started changing the odds. It's either they want to reel in as many people, or they didn't program the machine like they should have when they first opened it up. Because it wasn't that big of a casino, and it was new to the casino. But let me get back to the point. Well, that is the point, sort of. But the guy, he just cried so much, and it was just so annoying. I even stopped watching it. Like, when I actually started watching it, I stopped. And then just this morning, I was like, okay, let me just finish it out because I might make a video on it. I finished it out, and when I finished it out, I want to show you some things. Now, almost every time the board had like a 9 on there, somehow they had trip 9s. Or if it was a straight, a 4 card to a straight, or a 3 card to a straight, and they needed a 9, they usually had a 9. It's like, I recognize these patterns. I'm not the only person that does it. I'm not saying I'm Rain Man or something, but you have to realize and you have to adjust. And if you're not realizing and adjusting, of course you're gonna lose like him. And all you're gonna be able to do is complain. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There's another channel that I watch, but he tries so hard to fake. Like, I like the channel. I even made a video about it, and I suggest you watch the channel. But as time went on, as I watched this particular channel, I started to get annoyed with the creator a little bit because he tries so hard to be positive. Look, you don't have to be positive all the time. I mean, you don't have to be positive all the time. I'm going to put it out there because I'm not positive all the time. I try to be positive most of the time, and I am. But faking it, no. Sometimes we're human. Sometimes things are going to get to us. We're not perfect. And it's okay that we're not perfect. But to sit there and try to fake like we are, no. Like, that just turns me completely off. But the same goes for being negative. You don't always have to be negative. Don't. You got to try to find some type of positive and try to stick with it. But continuously just crying, and it be your fault, that's annoying. Because he's crying about things that he obviously has the option to change, or the option to correct, or the option to fix, or the option to adjust, and he just doesn't. I'm not going to make this a habit because I don't want to do these type of videos. But I really want, because like I said, if you go back some time ago, like I said, again, this game is becoming more and more popular, and more people are going to start posting it and playing it, and it's happening. And I'm seeing it where people are playing it, but then people are trying to take their time to teach people at the same time as playing it, but what they're trying to teach people, it's incorrect and it's off. Even in this, I think his name is Victor. Even in this video, Victor is playing hands the way he tries to talk like he's just a complete pro at it, but just it's not. I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing, because sometimes you can see that he sort of knows what he's doing, or he knows what he's doing. But a lot of times, I just feel he doesn't, because he just does way too much stupidness, and then blames, oh, it's my bad luck. But then turns around and say, oh, well, the casino does want me to win. It's not the casino's fault or the dealer's fault. Oh my goodness, man. There's quite a few other things. I did take some screenshots, and I'm going to show you the second hand. Now, if you would have left this second hand open, and played it a little bit more, and even started betting less on the first hand, I know in certain private games there's a minimum, and a minimum is 20. Like, a lot of times I play, when I'm playing private, the minimum is $25. Sometimes it's $100. Most of the time it's $100. So that means I have to play $100 as minimum on my first or second hand, and then the hand that I'm really doing good on, I have to play almost the table max to make up for the minimum, but also make a profit. So I'm having to play $500 to $1,000 on one spot. But I rarely play that $1,000 to one spot, because I know more about the game now, And I'm in the business to making profit and not just gambling and giving my money away. Plus, you have to have a substantial bankroll to even play like that. And I do have a pretty great bankroll, but I still don't want to play like that because I don't want to play every day. I honestly do not want to play every day. I want to be that guy that goes in, plays a few hours, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and then just have the rest of my days to live and travel and do whatever I want to do. And then some weeks now don't even go in. That's how I want to play. That's how I want to live. That's how I like to live. That's how I live. I'm not saying that's the only thing I do, but I'm just saying that's one of the things I do. So, anyways, I don't want to make this a habit because I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of videos of other people's channels and so forth and so on. But I just really wanted to point this out because, again, the game is becoming more and more popular. More and more people are playing it. More and more people are not just playing it, but trying to play it and teach it, and just teaching people wrong. I'm not the perfect player, but I seen a lot. I played it a lot. I evolved a lot. I've grown a lot playing the game, and I just want to share things that may help people. Sorry, I sort of got sidetracked. I just seen a guy just completely run a red light, just nasty, and the cop didn't even stop them. So I was just watching to see if they stopped them. They did pull behind them, but did not stop them. That's crazy. But all right. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I just wanted to tell you guys that I really would like people to go watch this video again. I'm not the business of sharing people's videos that I feel is trash, but you can take a lot from this guy, and that's what not to do. So I would suggest people to go watch it. I know there's a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and I missed it because I did not write it down, but I'm pretty sure you guys will see it. Oh yeah, the screenshots. So this is the second hand that I want to show you guys. He 4 times this just because he had a feeling. He followed a pattern that he noticed, which was he was winning with jacks. And I applaud him for that. But in a sense, it is Jack 4. So why even do that? He did win with Jack 10 twice, I think, and Jack 9 once. But this is a Jack 4. I understand the Jack part, but come on, it's Jack 4. But you see that second hand, full house with a 9. Another time. Now, full house, not full house, but trips. I mean, there's so many examples that there was, and the cop is sitting right in the median. He's sitting right in the median waiting to write people tickets, but someone just ran a red light right in front of him, and he did not stop them. That's crazy. Okay, whatever. So, here's another one, Ace-9. And this is the second hand. Now, I'm not going to lie, the second hand had probably like somewhere around 7 or 8 full houses and a bunch of straights as well. And again, if he would have, instead of him losing about $5,000, he would have either lost a lot less than that, or he would have actually came out bigger if he would have played that second hand like he should have. Because every time he opened the second hand, it's like it was almost too late, and he only opened it for like 1 or 2 hands. It doesn't work that way, buddy. You gotta open it and leave it open. When you start seeing a big change, that's when you make those adjustments. Not just because you lose 1 or 2 hands. It doesn't, again, work that way. So, I may watch one more and take notes, or I may just watch this one again, take notes, because I know I'm going to be mad. I missed a lot that I wanted to talk about, but I'm pretty sure I covered a lot, but I still missed a lot. But you guys can go check it out for yourselves. If you're interested in Ultimate Texas Holdem, just watch it. This will show you what not to do, the attitude not to have, how not to bet in certain things, and what to watch out for. Because there was clear patterns that I seen. And that's how those machines work. They work off of patterns. The casinos do have the option to change, because remember, these are machines. These work just like slot machines. When it's time to hit big, it's gonna allow you to hit big. When it's not that time, it's not that time. And as you can see in poker, you're not gonna have a player that's gonna hit every hand or win every hand. They might go on a little run, but come on, not like this. So you gotta remember, it's built for the house to win, and you have to take every little edge you can gain. You have to take it and use it.